It's Tool Man, and I'll show you something I've been working on, and maybe y'all may have a better idea, a different idea to do what I've been doing. But so what this thing is, it's going to have a back on it, and there's going to be jars that fit in all of these. In total, there's 408 of them. So what I did is I took a piece of plywood, routed it, and you basically put these dados in all of these, so these things would fit. And then on the other side, I'm nailing. So I'll put this one. I'll start with this. Put this in it, nail it. Then on the back side, nail it this way. And then this piece, I'm using 2P10 glue, and I'm gluing those, and then putting the next piece and nailing it that way. It seems pretty sturdy so far. Really no way to test that, but it seems pretty stout. So the way that I groove this, this is my Festool router, and so this was basically the layout of the piece of plywood, and I built this jig for it. You can kind of see that it's got a groove in there just for this router. So what I would do is I would measure 3 inches down over there, and you can see the mark inside here. So it's basically a zero clearance jig, and this would fit inside of it, and it goes pretty smooth. Doesn't really have any play to it. And we would just clamp this down, and so we just move this. It's not every 3 inches, but we would just basically move it down and just keep on routing it. And then once I did that, basically the here sheet ends up looking like this. And then I took those and ripped them up into 2-inch sections. One thing I learned on this, if you ever need to do this, what I did was I measured down 3 inches, made a mark, measured down there, routed that one, and then we just kept hooking off of that route. Looking back at it, probably what I should have done to make that more accurate was to do one layout and marked the whole thing off of that layout, and then took that same piece to the other side and marked it instead of doing individual measurements. Probably something I should have knew better anyway. And another thing that happened, and I haven't seen it actually transfer over to this, but the piece of plywood was out of square. So I think once we ripped it up, I don't know if that took care of it, but that one over there is square, so I hadn't had any problems out of it. But anyway, that's my jig. That's how I done that. This is one that is in progress now. You can kind of see where I want to staple in there. This thing's going to get a back on it. I'll have to sand all this stuff down. They're going to paint it. Probably going to do a little piece of trim, probably some crown on the top. And kind of what I'm thinking there is, I'm going to put a board up here like this, probably pocket hole the back side of it, and then put a real small piece of crown up on top of it, maybe put a cap on that, and probably a little something similar to this cap, probably down on the bottom, or may just put a 3/4 board down there and run a piece of beauty mold or basecap, something like that. You guys got any other ideas or any comments, definitely leave those, and I will respond to them. Thank you.